Welcome bitches, one and all, to my reaction to Season 1, Episode 9 of the originals, Reigning Pain in New Orleans. So, last time we had a big shake-up in the power dynamics of New Orleans, in that Klaus has finally won back his home and finally beat Marcel. So he is now the leader of the vampire faction, which, how that will go, I do not know. If they will tolerate him, if they will accept him as their leader, we'll have to wait and see. But we did also have a big shake-up with the original family themselves, in the Klaus fully just turned his back on them and walked away, which is a lot healthier. It's a lot healthier way of handling it than what we've seen in the past with Klaus. He is definitely growing as a person. I hope that when the baby comes and we actually have this like family bond with them all, maybe it will actually fix them and give a healthier relationship for all of them with each other. But we'll have to wait and see on that front. We're getting progress, though. He didn't stake them. He didn't put them in a coffin. He simply walked away. Progress, you know? Little baby steps. But yes, very excited to get into it and see how the story goes, see how it develops with him in charge now. So with that said, let's jump back in to the world of the originals.
After 1,000 years, one might expect life to be less keenly felt, for its beauties and its sorrows to diminish with time, but as vampires' insatiable need. Exquisite pain.
Oh, no, this is not for Harry. Nope. Not watching this. Don't even like hearing it.
You can't afford your wounded pride. With Klaus in control of your empire, you need to give him what he craves most. Loyalty. Or at least the illusion of it.
Yeah, the problem with this is, it's like, you can fake your loyalty to him all you want, but Klaus has been faking his loyalty to you this whole time. Like, he's a very, very self-aware person when it comes to being betrayed by people. So I don't understand what this take is. I understand that Rebecca's saying it to try and protect Marcel, like pretend to be loyal to him so that you can save yourself. But if they're going to try and have a coup, if they're going to try and like take over at some point, I don't understand how they're going to be doing this.
Speaking from experience, I know that if you play the part, all is forgiven. But if you give him any reason to doubt you, he will strike back. Make me a promise, Marcel. You will do whatever it takes to stay alive.
I suppose if, like, to the highest degree you pretend to be loyal to him, like, even when you're on your own in private, you pretend to be loyal to him, it could work.
I just don't get it, man. You know we would have stood with you till the end.
Letting you do that would have been letting you die.
Exactly. You could stand with him till the end, but the end was very, like, near in sight.
What about her? The wolf.
Had you let me finish, Diego, you would know that there is, of course, one further matter I would like to address.
I will say, I'm just a little bit curious. I wonder if Klaus is going to go back on Marcel's rules of, like, kicking the werewolves out, because he is obviously part werewolf, and his child is going to be part werewolf. His child's mother is a werewolf, so I wonder if he's going to go back on those rules of, like, just killing any werewolf that shows up.
You will all pay her the appropriate respect. I understand that some of you are concerned by this vicious rumor that I intend to use the blood of our child to create hybrids. I assure you, I do not.
Father of the year.
Oh, Haley, careful.
Will eliminate the root of your anxiety. You see, how can I sire any hybrids if there are no more werewolves alive in the bayou to turn?
Oh, he's literally going the opposite way.
Tomorrow, I suggest you have yourselves a little wolf hunt. Go ahead. Have fun. Kill them all.
Jesus Christ. Here I was thinking, oh, I wonder if he's going to have a little bit of a change. He's going to try and protect the wolves. No, he's going to fucking murder them. Shocker.
Nick's just punishing us.
Well, we've hurt him. Deeply, it would appear.
We believed the worst about him, the one time in a million where the worst wasn't actually the truth.
Literally, that's what I'm saying.
So then I bid.
For fuck's sake. Why am I so clumsy? It's laundry day, so I don't really have any other tops to wear. So what's going to happen is I'm going to keep wearing this, and we're all just going to ignore this. Okay? Is that good with everyone? Because it's good with me.
Are you taking this down?
To be clear, if the quarter is yours now, you still need me, why?
My memoirs. 1,000 years of history isn't going to write itself.
Oh my god, Cammy, bless your heart.
Don't worry, he's compelled me to forget everything as soon as I leave. That way I'm too busy agonizing over whether or not I'm losing my damn mind to realize I'm playing spy for an immortal egomaniac.
I thought you really liked me.
So did I.
Well, I mean, to be clear,
Oof.
I only compelled you to give him a chance. Anything you felt for him was quite real.
That's a little bit awkward.
Look what I found. Real me, not your compelled therapist.
Oof.
Well, actually, I prefer devoted stenographer.
You think this is funny? Messing with my mind? My sanity is not a joke.
This is such an interesting point. We never get to see this with compulsions. We never get to see, because we've seen it before where people have been compelled to forget everything once they leave a room or once they stop looking at a person. But we've never seen them clear of mind in the moment, knowing that they've been compelled, knowing that they're going to forget this, and being fucking pissed about it. Compulsion just opens so many storylines. It's one of the best parts of the show. Seeing how, like, being compelled to do things can influence a person's psychology.
You never found this. You will remember nothing of our life as vampires when you leave here. Do you understand?
I was gonna say, as soon as she pulled the picture out, I was like, you do realize, Cammy, he's gonna make you forget that.
Going somewhere?
Oh, shit, Elijah.
I wouldn't worry about them. Someplace safe.
I love that.
You have to help them. And the bayou. Do we look like a bloody vampire rescue squad? Think you should be great.
I love Rebecca so much.
Now, in the interest of new beginnings, I feel there are some things I should probably confess to you.
A lot of it he already knows.
Thierry was never disloyal to you. He's your friend, and consequently, he can return to the compound at your discretion. Cammy's part, you just learned. And then there's young Joshua.
He knows.
Although I suspect you already knew that, as he was the one who led me into your trap.
Ah.
I may have fed the kids some misinformation.
Oh, that's a cool point from Marcel. I may have fed the kid some misinformation, so he's not giving up his trump card with Joshua yet. Because Klaus doesn't know that Joshua's been uncompelled.
I think we should have her move into the compound here with us.
She can't leave the attic. I already tried to move her once.
Yes, about that. Turns out your little witch is quite the actress. She made a deal with Elijah while he was in captivity, tricked you into letting her stay put in exchange for some spells from our mother's grimoire.
Oh, fuck.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Appreciate the honesty.
Appreciate the honesty, but also that's going to make Marcel feel like such a shit that Klaus has really won him over on, like, not won him over. He's really beat him at every single obstacle. Won over Davina. Had someone really close to him in the form of Joshua. Got to Cammy. Like, every step of the way, Klaus has fucked with Marcel's life. And now he's got his kingdom. I was wondering this. When she showed in the picture, I was wondering to myself, I wonder if she's set like a, your bag inside pocket. I wonder if she has like set these things up for herself so that she never can be compelled again. Because Klaus isn't going to suspect that she'll do this, so he won't compel her to take these notes down.
And so then I bit Elijah and left him in the bayou with my hybrid venom in his veins.
You're gonna love it at the top.
Cammy, I fucking love you.
I know about your deal with Elijah.
Oh.
Can't be lying to each other.
Oh, shit.
I understand. You're devoted to Marcel, but Marcel is devoted to me.
Damn. That's not what Davina's been hearing this whole time, so. This is what I've been wondering with Davina, like, you can say that you've won the power and you're in charge and Marcel's being kicked down, but she's loyal to Marcel, somewhat, and she's the most powerful one here.
Trust me.
I know they're vampires, love, but at least you won't be alone up in an attic anymore.
We want to be sure you understand how things work around here.
We just want some assurance that this new development isn't going to endanger our city or its inhabitants.
Look, you freaks, do your thing and we'll look the other way. As long as our pockets stay full, we won't have a problem.
Oh my god, corruption to the highest fucking degree. Jesus Christ.
There are rules. No feeding on the locals. Don't bring any unwanted attention to the city. Now, history has proven that we can coexist peacefully. However, if you cross the line,
You answer to us.
Oh, this guy's gonna die. This guy's gonna die. I'm sorry. You have to be really careful with how you talk to someone like Klaus. You are really putting the foot on his neck and he is not gonna be happy.
You will take whatever scraps I see fit to leave you, and you will be grateful. If that doesn't suit you, I may decide you've outlived your usefulness.
Yikes.
Fan out, find him and bring me some heads.
Shit.
I'd rather you didn't.
Ooh, here we go.
I've come to suggest you seek other hunting grounds.
Suggestion noted. The hell you care about wolves?
Generally, I don't. However, this particular clan is not to be touched. Goodbye.
Yikes, Elijah. Oh my god, that kind of made me feel things.
We're not here to harm you. Eve, was it?
One of Haley's littermates, I presume.
Haley,
Littermates.
tell her we appreciate the concern, but we've been looking out for ourselves for a while now. Nobody finds us unless we want to be found.
Well, we found you, so...
I think I was far more gracious than they deserved. You're disappointed by my lack of diplomacy.
Listen, Marcel, the fact that he didn't kill any of them is a top-notch meeting from Klaus.
Just want to let you know the factions considered your terms. We've reached a decision.
Have you?
Oh, shit. I'm sorry, like, don't get me wrong, I understand that this was a power move by them, and like, damn, what a power move. But one, he's immortal. You're going to really piss him off and he's probably going to kill you all. Secondly, their whole point was to not show, like, not to have this, like, big thing happen that put the city on the news and like, oh my god, what was going on? They've just had a fucking firing squad here shooting up this random bar. What?
This is on you. Now that you're in charge, those are your guys laying dead.
Yikes.
Your guys.
I was beginning to worry about you. I don't think I could have taken any more of this deferential nonsense. I mean, clearly, I underestimated the faction. That won't happen again. But tell me, now that we've arrived at this point, how would you counsel me to respond?
Kill them all.
Let's go kill them all.
Oh my god, literally, fuck yeah. It's one of those really interesting, not interesting, it's one of those funny things really. The faction think that this is showing their power. They think that like, oh, this is an intimidation tactic. This is going to make Klaus think twice. You do realize you don't have the power in this situation. You can't get the power in this situation. It is a fact of nature that they are more powerful than you, and he is an original vampire. You're fucked. Like, these people are so dumb. This isn't a show of power. It's a death sentence to yourselves.
We'll be fine, but here, newcomers from out of state, not Haley's and my kin, but word spread about that baby of hers. All these werewolves new to the bayou, they might not know where to hide.
You say that like we're supposed to care.
Rebecca.
I know you're in here, Josh. I can sense your fear.
I heard you were moving in.
Oh, I remember their friendship. I really liked it.
Totally led Klaus into a trap that was like the most epic fail of all time, so yeah, kind of crapping my pants right now.
Yeah.
You can trust Marcel. And if Klaus tries to hurt you, I'll hurt him.
Nice.
If you could actually stop Klaus, you would have done it already.
You're Haley, Klaus's wife.
Wife?
No, never.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a world where we can all look out for each other.
Is she trying to get them to help with the werewolf thing? Or is she just making her own alliances behind closed doors?
My sanity is not a joke. It's my voice, but I don't remember it. I think it's some kind of mind control. I think he's erasing my memory.
Kerrigan, they're kind of killing us all.
We will talk about this later.
But that's the point. Are they going to kill Kerrigan as well?
This Klaus Michelson, I don't care who he is or what the rumors say. He needed to be taught a lesson.
You're so dumb. Like, it's hilarious watching humans talk this way. The fucking weaklings of the show. Like, I get that we're human and I'm human, but like, if we're talking about the Vampire Diaries universe, humans are just fucking ants compared to vampires and werewolves and all of that. Like, you're such idiots. You're all dead.
This is the last time you call a meeting. Next time you want to criticize our leadership, send a damn email.
Wow.
I thought you called this meeting.
The hell we did.
Actually, I called it.
Yep.
My friend Marcel offered me wise counsel, and I failed to heed it.
I'm glad to hear you've learned your lesson.
Mate, you're dead.
Marcel!
Oh.
Shall we?
After you.
I assume they're going to leave Father Kerrigan alive to like find a new council.
A lone survivor.
Yep.
Such a sad day for our city.
I mean, I'm not going to lie though. I was all for this idea, and I do think that they should have died only because like they're so fucking dumb. But we're talking about like the leaders of major parts of the city. And if they all die at the same time, that's very dodgy, Klaus.
Its best and brightest killed in a tragic boating accident on the Mississippi.
He can do us more good alive than dead. Not to mention he's Cammy's uncle. Don't see you care about much. It's kind of hard not to notice when you do.
Oof. That's a weakness.
I'm not trying to impress the girl.
Well, I should bloody hope you are. Why else are we out here?
I love that so much. I bloody hope you are.
I admit to you that it's complicated. Would that suffice? Or are you determined to torment me throughout this endeavor?
Nah, fuck off. I was gonna say, Elijah, come on.
Perhaps I'm not making myself clear here. This is a threat. In precisely 3 minutes' time, your little hunting party will become the prey. Now, based on your recent failure to subdue my baby brother Klaus, this despite a better than 100.
I'm sorry, he's in the middle of a speech, but I have to pause because I love Elijah so much. Like, I loved him before, just based on his personality. But watching him just like fully take over as like head of the family and fully just not give a shit. Like he entered Klaus's compound, did not give a shit with Rebecca by his side, is standing here calling Klaus his baby brother, i.e. he's the baby brother. I'm the big brother. You might want to step the fuck back. Love him.
Who are you people?
I would say the better question is, who are you?
Wait, what is that? Is it from their past? I can't think of them having any connections to werewolves though. Apart from Klaus, obviously.
When I picked up that coin, I swore loyalty, Klaus, not friendship.
Good point, Marcel.
Right, I'm holding up my end. The other one has to be earned.
Fair enough.
That is very fair.
If I didn't agree to usurp your power, the witches swore to kill my unborn child. First, the promise of an offspring meant little to me. Then I recalled my father, how he held me in contempt from the moment I was born, as yours did with you.
Interesting.
I will not do to my child what was done to me, to us.
Okay, right. Okay. I'm feeling a lot better now. I did not take into account his history with his own father. And then obviously Marcel's history with his as well. That's an interesting bonding point because that's what originally allowed them to bond way back in the past, because when Klaus saw Marcel and how he was being mistreated, he took it onto himself to not let that happen based on his own relationship with his father. So I appreciate that he's bringing it up again, and I appreciate that that is why he's so invested in getting this baby. I do think this baby is going to change Klaus. Not just Klaus. I think it's going to change them all. Like, once Elijah and Rebecca become an auntie and an uncle, I feel like it's truly... This baby's going to be like the glue that holds all of the original family together and keeps them on good terms. It actually allows them to have a family.
Hey, buddy. Something personal. Is that it?
I admit, I was jealous. I saw the empire you had created on your own without me. I saw it, and I wanted it.
He's being so, like, open here. This is a side of Klaus we don't get to see often.
I stood in the shadow of my father my entire human life, and I never would have gotten out from under it if not for you. You're the one who taught me that a man can't be defined by anyone but himself.
This is a nice touching moment, but I'm, like, 100% positive that Marcel's just saying this to get on his good side.
I can rule them, but I cannot win them. Not without you.
It needs to be like a dual partnership here.
So rule with me, side by side, as equals.
Equals? I did not think Klaus would go down that route. I did not think he would allow power to be shared. That's fair. Take it, Marcel. Fuck it.
If the werewolves are dead, then the vampires have less desire to kill you. I am trying to keep you safe.
And as soon as I have this baby, what happens to me then?
Cross that road when we come to it, I think.
I will find a way to pay you back for this. As long as I'm in the family way, well, you can't do a damn thing about it.
Interesting though, because Klaus talks about the way his father treated him, but would he not want his child to have a mother as well?
What are you looking for?
My violin. They must have left it in the attic.
So just go get it.
It's not safe for me out there.
I was under the impression everyone was afraid of you.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
You mean that crazy witch Agnes? Yeah, she tried to kill me too. The thing is, she's dead. Elijah killed her.
Agnes was the last living elder. If she's dead, then I'm safe.
Why haven't you been told about this?
Maybe he didn't want to lose a secret weapon against the witches.
Davina, I feel so bad for you, my darling. I really do, but you have to understand that Marcel wants you for your power. There's no friendship here. There's no actual love for you. You're just powerful. And I'm so sorry that you haven't processed that yet, but that's how this is.
You're lying.
Why would I lie to you?
Because you want something from me.
Everyone does, even Marcel.
I'm smart enough to know that every curse has a loophole. And well, you're the strongest witch I've ever heard of. But I wouldn't lie to you to get what I want. I guess that's the difference between Marcel and me.
Oof, nice one, Haley. Build an alliance actually based on trust.
Crazy Agnes? I heard about that. What? Do you hate the witches?
Yeah,
Haley was right. Marcel's just using me. Josh, I can't stay here.
I feel, sorry to pause again. I feel so bad for Davina because this whole time Marcel has been using her, and to our eyes, it's been fucking obvious. But you have to remember, she's still young, and she was completely abandoned by her community, by her mother, by her family. Like, she was completely left in the dust, and Marcel was the one who saved her. So of course she's going to want to protect him. And she is telling him about the witches as not only protecting him, but protecting herself and holding them accountable for what they've done to her. She hasn't been, like, realizing that by telling him all of this information, he's just using you to control them, my darling. And that's been in your benefit so far, but now that the Elder's dead...
Do you recognize it? Perhaps you don't. It has been 1,000 years since you last saw it grace the hand of our mother.
Oh, it was hers?
He spoke of a legend wherein long ago, a chief of theirs had fathered a child to a very powerful witch. Their mythology further states this child, a son, was later transformed into something this clan had never before seen.
A hybrid. So they're descendants of Klaus's father?
We found remnants of your family, the bloodline of your true father. And we saved them from being slaughtered at the hands of the vampires you command.
Nicholas, your ambitions have come before this family for far too long.
Nice.
Even if this is what you say it is, I've had enough of family to last me a lifetime.
Sure, that's why you're so wanting this child, i.e. family.
What would I possibly want any more?
I understand that he's hurt. Like, I'm not saying that he is not allowed to be hurt, but nah, I don't think he's allowed to be hurt. I think his feelings are true. He's feeling them, but whether he is just in feeling them, I don't think so. Like, the only reason that they went against you, Klaus, and they didn't even go against you, they just questioned what you were thinking, and you've fucking exploded. But the only reason that they questioned what you were thinking and what your plans were with your child is because your track record, is because it all added up. You can't get annoyed at them for that.
I have a favor to ask. It involves helping people who need protection.
Whom, may I ask, do they need protection from?
Me.
Okay.
Turns out I may have been too hasty. Thing is, if the vampires find out I'm protecting them, it won't sit well.
Okay, behind the scenes helping them. Annoying that you couldn't discuss this with Rebecca and Elijah, but I know that he can't really trust people.
I worry he's compelled me to forget everything as soon as I leave.
You are tenacious.
Oh, shit.
It's time for you to leave this place, Cammy.
Oh, he's actually sending her away. I didn't think he would do it.
You were such a coward.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
You have kept me here for weeks, just so someone, anyone, would see who you really are. And now that I have, it scares the hell out of you, doesn't it?
If you knew...
Oh, shit.
Then show me.
He's a beast. Help me.
It is hard seeing stuff like that because even though it was 1,000 years ago, that is something that makes up a core part of the person, and the betrayal that Elijah did to him on that day is something that would be really hard to forgive. So don't get me wrong when I say that a lot of the things that annoy me about Klaus come from a place of pain within him. The thing with me and Klaus is I think I do judge Klaus. I judge Klaus harsher than I should based on how I judge everyone else in this show. Like, I feel like I give Klaus a I feel like I give him a harder time than anyone else. And I don't know what it is. I think it's just there are certain parts of his personality that personally piss me off. And they're like my own issues. But I struggle to find things that I like about him. And that's what annoys me the most. I struggle to find the good parts of his personality. But most of the bad parts of him come from a place of pain, come from a place of being mistreated in his life. So you do have to take that into account as well. It doesn't excuse things, but it explains things.
No one should have to experience things like that.
Knowing what you do about this world will only get you killed.
Unless she joins this world.
And I cannot allow that. Leave New Orleans. Forget me. You have no reason to stay.
I have no reason to stay.
Is this the end then? Are we not going to see Cammy again?
He wants to run things with me as partners. But if we keep meeting like this behind his back,
You said it yourself. Whatever it takes to stay alive.
No, this is about survival, is it? If you were this pathetic alive with my brother, I'm surprised he hasn't killed you already.
Damn.
You're choosing him over me, aren't you?
Rebecca, I got people to look out for. And Klaus has offered me a chance to do that. That's not something I can just turn my back on. Not even for you.
Then it's over. Goodbye.
When you were reliving history with my brother, did you happen to revisit what came next in 1919?
Ooh.
Or have you forgotten our little secret?
Ooh?
I know the words that will make him hate you forever.
Huh?
Remember that when you're embracing your new family.
What did he do in 1919 that would make him hate him forever? We know that that's when their dad came by, so did Marcel, like, literally call their father to New Orleans? Is that what happened? Maybe maybe this was all a big plan by Marcel to actually get power. It wasn't a matter of like, oh no, they left and abandoned me. Maybe he literally had this plan of bringing their father in so that he could take over. That's the only thing I can think of that matches up with the times. Like, what else would Marcel have done / said that would make Klaus hate him forever that happened in 1919?
You should keep this covered.
I will.
If any of the others saw this,
I promise.
I should go.
Right.
It's annoying that they can't be together. I really fucking want them to.
I accused you of having ulterior motives regarding the child. I was wrong. Sorry.
Damn.
Imagine that must have been hard for you to say.
You don't make it easy to love you, brother.
And yet you are obstinate in your desire to do so. Both you and Rebecca are welcome to join me here. It is
That was
after all our family home.
That was a big turning point. Before we get into this last scene, I just want to discuss that. So Elijah actually owned up to being wrong. I don't know whether he should have apologized. I think that Elijah knew that if he didn't apologize, we would never get anywhere. So there is that. I think that given the track record, Klaus should be the one to understand why they thought that way, you know? But good on Elijah to be the bigger person and just say, fuck it, I'm just going to apologize. And good on Klaus for taking it. Good on Klaus for actually accepting that apology. And it's interesting to see Klaus admit that he knows that Elijah wants to love him. He's aware that it's hard to love him, but he knows that Elijah wants to. I don't think we've ever got that from Klaus. That in and of itself is a bit of vulnerability. You're telling him that I know you want to love me. And him saying that, like, you're both welcome back here, I do like that. I do think that this baby is changing them. I think it is genuinely changing them as a family, and I hope this continues.
Cammy, I need your help. Marcel's been lying to me, and I can't trust him anymore.
I'm sorry. Do I know you?
Oh, you've been compelled.
Can she break it?
I'm really sorry, but this is gonna hurt.
Shit, Davina, let's go. Oh my god. Careful though, Davina, because when she was doing it to Josh, I was like, oh, he's a vampire. He can heal really quickly. Like, he's Gucci. Careful with Cammy. Like, she's a human. If you're actually causing damage to her brain. Ooh. So yes, there we have season 1, episode 9? I think 9 of the originals, and another fantastic one at that. Klaus is now in command of the kingdom, but not really. He's kind of dual in command with Marcel. He gave him the option to be his second, which, well, not really his second, his equal. With their power dynamics, and given that Klaus is sort of the superior to Marcel, he's the one who turned him. He's the one who sort of raised him. I don't know whether they can truly ever be equals. Klaus will just inherently have more power than Marcel. So when it comes to a decision needing to be made and you've got Klaus and Marcel on opposite sides, I think Klaus will just force his opinion. So how equal they are, I do not know, but very excited to see where they go as a duo going forward. Obviously, Marcel has turned his back on Rebecca, but Rebecca revealed some interesting information in that in 1919, Marcel said something. I don't know if Marcel said something or Rebecca was implying that she can say something that will get him into trouble. But I think she was saying that Marcel said something to someone, which the only thing that correlates time-wise is that their dad came to town. So it makes me think, did Marcel call their father? And if he did he call their father with the intention of Rebecca staying? Or did he see power over Rebecca? Because Rebecca was saying, you chose Klaus over me. So would he choose the power over her and call their father with the intention of Rebecca going as well? Very intrigued to find out that little nugget of information. But we also had some good moments between Elijah and Klaus. We actually had them make up towards the end. So good to see. We had another few like cute moments with Haley and Elijah. I really want it to happen. Do I think it will? Probably not right now. Maybe after the baby is born and Haley's actually like free from Klaus in that sense. Maybe. But like Haley was saying earlier, what happens to her once the baby is born? Because with Klaus talking about his father and all that and wanting to be a better dad and all that, that's all well and good, but what about the baby's other parent? What about Haley? What about her being the mother? Like, you can't just single yourself out as the only parent, Klaus, and just ignore Haley. That's going to fuck up your relationship with your child anyway. Now, in terms of the Cammy stuff with Davina, did not think Davina would go to Cammy. That's an interesting choice, but a good one, because Cammy will keep her safe. And as long as Cammy lays low, now that Klaus thinks she's left town, he won't be visiting her. So her and Davina can actually have a good conversation. Why would Klaus go looking at Cammy's place for Davina, you know? So I think Davina's found a good hideout if Cammy is okay. Because like I said before, will this cause brain damage? Will this actually hurt her? Because if so, then shit. Unless you've got Josh on hand who's going to like feed her his blood to heal her quick. That could be one way around it. But yeah, after the little recording and obviously having the memories from Klaus, Cammy knows some deep stuff about Klaus. So it'll be interesting seeing her perspective going forward. But yes, anyway, with all that said, another incredible episode of the originals. And I'm loving where the season is going, loving where the story's going. We have Klaus and Marcel in charge. So it'll be interesting seeing their dynamic. I think we are going to see a power imbalance. I don't think it's going to be as equal as they say. It's very hard to have a leadership of two people. It works if there's three because you can work out a majority. If two say yes, one says no, you're going with yes. But when you have two people, one says yes, one says no, where do you go from there? And given like the literal power dynamic, Klaus is going to overrule him. So it'll be cool to see how that develops going forward. But yes, anyway, with all that said, thank you very much for watching. I've left a link down below to my Patreon. Be able to find the early and uncut reactions to the originals and all the other shows that I do. I've also left a link to my Twitch, my Discord, and my socials. So be sure to follow them if you are interested. And yes, thank you very much for watching. And I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.